Good evening, everyone. I'm back again with a new topic today, and it's not definitely related to vocabulary. And it's going to be a little long, but it's a very contemporary kind of a topic, so I thought I must take it up today. And this is on instructional technology. I got to hear about it from one of my WhatsApp groups, and I thought that I must study and get to the depth of this particular new thing, I should say, which has been added to the world of education. So I have made a little presentation on that. But when you come to think of it, instructional technology. So the first thing that strikes your mind is that technology which is to be used for instruction. So earlier, instruction used to be very, very rote. The teachers would come to class, they had their own lectures prepared, or maybe over the years they did not need any preparation because the same thing was being repeated over and over and over again. But today is the world of innovation. Today, things are discovered, they're invented, and the next day there is something new to replace it. So in this kind of a world where technology is advancing, I think every second, if it doesn't sound like a hyperbole, but yes, in such a world where technology has advanced and now education has got a very new kind of meaning. So instructional technology pertains to this new scenario which has crept up in our educational system. So here it is, my little presentation on instructional technology. I'm going to share my screen, and viewers, maybe in the next particular week, I'll come with something even better because I'm trying to learn new methods of making videos. So, one second. Yes. Okay. So welcome viewers to my channel, Eloquent English Enterprise. It's very heartening to see that the number of my subscribers has grown to almost 120 now, and I must literally thank you all for your support. It is not easy to make a place in society where there is so much already which has been put on YouTube. So I'm sincerely grateful to all of you for your support and your commendable comments which I get in the inbox, my comment box. So here we go. Now, instructional technology. As technology advances, so does its role in education, its role in education. Now, here in this particular presentation, I'll try to hurry up. We are going to explore the benefits, tools, challenges, and future of instructional technology in education per se. Okay, so just education. When we use technology in education, as I just said that earlier, it was just a teacher coming to the class and giving a lecture, and children had to understand or they did not understand. They didn't even have the guts to ask any questions. So it was a one-way affair. It was a one-way traffic. So now there is going to be an increased engagement because now children are doing things on their own. It's not just the teacher who's giving them a lecture. Instructions are given, and then children use all the things given to them or those technological aids which are given to them. And so they are engrossed in the work themselves. They're engaged in learning. And of course, when you do something yourself, when you see something, you may forget. When you hear something, you definitely forget. But when you do something with your own hands, using all your sensibilities, then of course, it's going to be a permanent kind of learning. For this, we need flexibility. It provides flexibility, technological instruction, because this allows personalized learning experiences, which can be tailor-made for different kinds of students. Okay, we have students who are fast learners, we have slow learners, we have children with special abilities. So now teachers, without wasting time, they can make their plans as per the requirement of their student. This also gives, an impetus to improve collaboration because online collaboration tools have been made and they enable the students to work together in real time. And it's not always necessary that they have to be together. They can be in their own homes and still they can collaborate. So flipped classroom, or we have Google Classroom also. All these things are there where I guess collaboration takes place and it gives better learning. Because of instructional technology or technology which has come up into our homes now, it's actually, students are getting access to resources and learning materials which are beyond the traditional classroom. Earlier, I remember our teachers, they used to take pains, they would get diagrams, they would get 3D models in the class, they would have charts, they would have globes if something in geography had to be taught. But today you've got so much, you've got multimedia. You have so many more gadgets to work upon. So children have a lot to choose from and then work accordingly. Slides refuse to move. Okay. Yeah. Now we'll go into some examples of instructional technology tools. Okay. Uh, Yeah. Now, virtual reality, this is something which is very interesting, something which does not exist and yet you see. So for this, I had to take a little lesson from my son because I was not able to understand the concept. So virtual reality is something which is not there and yet you're made to see it. And so this particular reality, virtual reality, VR, we may call it, it is being used to create immersive learning experiences. I mean, children are there, they can see certain things, but which actually do not exist. So this kind of virtual reality, it has a lot of ways to engage students in which traditional teaching methods did not engage. So this becomes very interesting, and you can see over here, the child is wearing the special goggles, and he can see that machinery which actually is not there. Now, another thing that we have are interactive whiteboards. Earlier, there used to be a blackboard and a student had to be assigned to go and rub whatever the teacher had written. But today, we have these interactive whiteboards. You can use your finger, you can have that pen, the special one. So all these things, they have made learning very, very interesting. So here, it's not just, a room where the teacher is explaining something and students are listening. It becomes a kind of a meeting. So there is interaction, there is a very positive kind of environment which is built up. So here instructions are passed on in a better form to the students. It could be a presentation, it could simply be an equation, it could be just an experiment which is shown on the whiteboard, anything. I mean, you can see here some equations are being written. So a lot can be done on interactive whiteboards. Now there is a new kind of a software which has come up, and there are so many publishers who are coming up with new things and novel things for children to learn from in an easy manner. So this is called adaptive learning software. This can personalize learning for each student by adapting to their learning needs and capabilities. Okay, like for example, sorry, there is something known as a speech engine which is provided by a certain publisher. So here, the child is made to listen to words and then he or she has to speak. And then the built-in machinery tells the child or the student whether you're right or wrong, your pronunciation is correct or not. And there are so many more things which are there for children. They can see animation of the story or the particular chapter that they are reading in class. They are also made to understand how a poem is supposed to be recited. So all these things are coming up for the benefit of our students. Mobile devices, how could we forget this? So they also have become an important tool in many, many classrooms because now students are made to bring their phones to class, and then they look for resources, they look for a lot of inputs, and then they collaborate on their projects. It could be an individual project, it could be a collective project also. Now, whenever there's something new, it's very imperative that there are challenges. So the first block, you can say, is the resistance of teachers, because they will have to learn new things. So they probably would resist. There are some teachers who are very forthcoming and they always want to learn, but then we have a mixed group. So there may be some teachers who are hesitant to incorporate technology into their teaching, thinking earlier also we were teaching, so what's new? So, but they do not know that when they start learning new things, it's going to become very interesting for them as well. So, just because of their ignorance, their lack of knowledge, it happens that they do not want to accept the change, but they should realize that they have to learn to accept change, and resistance to any kind of change is not good for them or either for their students. So change is permanent. Another impediment could be the lack of infrastructure. Not all schools have that much of resources or those many resources to build up or to acquire new technology. And maybe their staff is not well versed. Even their own computer staff or teachers are not as well educated on all these new technologies as is required. Sometimes it happens that the location of the school is such that internet access is not available. So this could be an impediment. This could be a problem in the implementation of instructional technology. And yes, the most important thing is cost. Not every school can bear the expenses of these new technologies coming up every single day. So to acquire is still easy, but to maintain instructional technology, it could be more expensive, particularly for schools which have limited budgets. So these are some problems which the schools and the staff may have to face. Now, what are the strategies that are required for successful integration of technology in education? Right. So let's see. Take the cursor away. This stops functioning. I'm sorry. Yeah. How to overcome these problems? So first, we need to provide training to the teachers and staff with adequate learning and training and support, because they have to learn to integrate technology into their teaching. If this training is not provided, then it's going to be very difficult for them to learn on their own. Everything starts with small steps. Like they say that every journey, a very long journey of 1,000 steps, also starts with a single step. So similarly over here, we have to remember that Rome was not built in a day. It takes time to do things. So we should start off, I mean, just set the ball rolling first, and then slowly and steadily we can build up on that. So implementing instructional technology gradually rather than all at once, it can help minimize disruptions and ensure a smoother transition. Okay, anything which is done in haste will only make you regret. So let it be slow and steady. Encourage collaboration, of course. Students and teachers should be encouraged to collaborate and share ideas for using technology in innovative ways. And let me assure you that students are much better than what we used to be in our times. They know more, and I'm sure they come up with better ideas, and it makes the teacher's task even more easier. So now the future of instruction technology in education, we know that the AI or artificial intelligence has come up in a big way. It's going to have a bigger role in education to improve or improvise on personalized learning and to develop intelligent tutoring systems. We already know of ChatGPT. We also know of Gamma. There are so many new things, and you can say types of artificial intelligence that can be seen in the educational scenario today. So about that, I'm going to talk later in another video. Immersive learning. Now, virtual and augmented reality will allow for even more immersive and engaging learning experiences. Immersive, as the word suggests, the student and the teachers, they have to get neck deep or even head underwater into this kind of learning. So virtual reality, I've already told you, it is something totally virtual, but augmented is a kind of reality which is there. It is there in real life scenario, but but then some virtual reality is added to it. Like I think for this I'll have to make another video to make the difference clear. So right now, AR and VR, these are going to allow, or these are going to make learning and teaching easier in the days to come. Increased access to technology is going to be definitely very good for instructional technology. So this will ensure that all students get access to technology, and there is no inequality which is going to exist. So children will be able to use the technology in an equal manner. So in conclusion, I can just say that instruction technology has the potential to revolutionize education and improve learning outcomes. That goes without saying. And so with the right strategies and support, we can ensure that all students can benefit from these powerful tools in their education, right? So this is it. Um, these are my final thoughts, as you can see. So instructional technology is going to be a boon for both the teachers and the learners, right? Has to go back. Okay. So thank you so much, viewers, for allowing me to share my knowledge on instructional technology with you today. My sincere thanks to you. So I'll stop sharing for the time being. And I hope you liked my I can't call it a small presentation. It was fairly long, but I'm sure that good things don't come really in small packages. So I had to explain it in the real sense of the term. And I'm sure and I hope you liked it. So I won't waste any more time of yours. Good night. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.